streamer walks into a pet store and accidentally starts a war. So here's what happened. Jason the Ween, streamer, content guy, always chasing the next viral moment, decides one day he's got nothing to post. His solution? Buy an alpaca. Not metaphorically, an actual alpaca from a pet store. And then, live and stream, he calls up Maya Higa. You know Maya, animal rescue creator, conservation advocate, basically the last person you'd call with that energy. He goes, I ran out of content today, so I got an alpaca. Maya's face? Done. Call ended. Now, normally that's just a funny clip, right? Cringe, but whatever. Except the internet got hold of it. And suddenly, Jason wasn't just a guy doing a bit, he was every influencer who's ever used an animal for clout. People started bringing up old controversies, other creators, worse situations. The comparisons came fast. Then, someone dropped a fact that changed the whole conversation. Alpacas are herd animals. They don't do well alone. Repeated exposure to strangers? Stressful for them. A content house environment? Not exactly a nature reserve. The backlash went from bit cringe to actually problematic fast.
Jason and his mates clapped back. The animals were fine, looked after. It was basically a petting zoo setup. Nobody got hurt. You lot are being dramatic. And honestly, some people agreed. His supporters said the outrage was way overblown, that critics were projecting the worst possible version of events onto what was basically a dumb, harmless stunt. But here's where it gets interesting. The critics weren't really arguing about physical harm. They were arguing about intent, using animals as props, provoking Maya, someone who genuinely cares, for content. That's the part that didn't sit right. Then Jacksepticeye weighed in, one of the most respected names in the whole creator space, and he sided with Maya, publicly, no hesitation. Suddenly, this wasn't just a Twitter argument. Animal professionals started speaking up too, explaining the actual science behind alpaca stress responses. A joke became a welfare debate in 48 hours. So, was Jason a bad person? Probably not. Most likely he's just someone with content brain, always chasing the reaction, not always thinking through the consequences. But was the criticism valid? Yeah, it was. Because even if no animal was physically hurt, the idea that living creatures exist for our entertainment, that we can grab one when we're bored and put it on camera, that's worth questioning, especially when you're building an audience of millions. Look, this isn't the first time a streamer's done something questionable for content. It won't be the last. But every now and then, one of these moments cuts through the noise because it touches something real. Jason's probably learned his lesson. Maya kept her dignity. And the alpaca? Hopefully back with its